break the tape. Yeah, south of Whiterun and a tiny little bit west. It's nice to have a map. Not sure if this has any significance. That's different. DLC. I think it's part of the anniversary DLC. It's not part of the vanilla game, and I don't believe it's a mod. I'm trying to verify the study. This is different. And this is the motif or the heraldry for the estate, or your signet, or heraldry. That takes you out to the backyard. Oh. There's room for a lot of specialties. The horn of Jorgen Windcaller, bloodstone chalice, initiate's ewer. So many of those unique items you find throughout the game have places to be stored here. I'm not sure which parts of this I'm going to use. Okay, how did you get here? Blade of Woe. Blade of Woe. Okay. Well, let's pick up that Blade of Woe. I don't know if it was there when I was here last and I didn't see it. 35 damage, 10 absorb health. Well, let's equip it. And then display it. So somehow, and again, many mannequins. And here's the different some of the iconography of the different holds. I think this is Markarth, the bear. I think this is Whiterun, the horse. And I think that might be Solitude. Oh, they came off. This is kind of a bummer. Now they're just sitting on the floor. That's the thing about some of these places. They were up on the wall. Those top two on the right. They fell off. That one just disappeared. Well, I'd rather disappear than be laying here on the floor. Oh, check around. Someone might be in the house. Well, you know, I had a guy tell me, and I don't know if it's true or not. He found someone in his house. They opened the display case and said, "You don't need this necklace, do you? Or can I have this necklace? Or do you mind if I take this?" Something like that. Like, really? How skeptical, I'm not sure. It's all kinds of specialty places to store stuff. Basically, but now I'm scared because when shit like this happens, I get nervous. I kind of don't like to hang anything on a wall or put in a storage spot like that bow unless I'm done with it. Unless I'm done, understandable. I've lost a really good mask, one of the liches. Fire Dragon Priest. One of the Dragon Priest liches. They drop masks. And I put it on one of those storage dummies. Not a mannequin, but like a head you'd put a wig on. Next time I went back to pick it up, it was gone. It's gone from the game. Gone from the game forever. So I worry when I put things on. In one of the Hearthfire homes, there's a mannequin that whatever armor you put on it first, it will always respawn that armor if you take it. And if you ever put another armor on it, it will take it off and put the original armor on it. You can't get it to change. And there's another one upstairs. That's in the enchantment wing. There's another one in the upper bedroom, the other end of the bedroom. That one mannequin. It does something glitchy. Sometimes it turns sideways. Sometimes you can't get the armor off of it. I forgot what that one did. Hot tub party. And another one of the Hearthfire homes down in the basement. There's one mannequin down there that is glitchy also. This is always nice to have. Mainly for curing my diseases, but I like the perk this guy gives. Shortens my shout cooldown. And no, these aren't floating. They're hanging by a rope. Like what? We didn't have enough beds in here. All right. So here's where you can pick your food dish. Let's see. That was over here somewhere. Activate the recipe book. Yeah. So I can clear the meal from the table. And it did clear the meal from the table. There are 6 place settings. I remembered that right. So there's chicken, steak, or fish. There you go. How many place settings? Well, how do you fit 8? There's only 6. I'm afraid to pick 8. I'm afraid I'm going to break it. So there you go. I've never seen that. But now it begs the question, where did the other 2 place settings go? If you pick 8, do you break the game? Does it reconfigure the table? I'm not here today to experiment. Yeah, you're hungry. I've been streaming for 11 hours 22 seconds. And all I've been eating is like a couple handful of Fritos. Man, am I ready for lunch. But on a diet. And the Twitch diet works pretty good. I don't take half-hour breaks to eat while I'm streaming. Here's you can store your foods. All that stuff. And the nice thing about it, this is a mod within a mod of commitment. Well, I'm retired. Did I say retarded? Maybe a little bit of both. Well, I love to play the game. Well, what I would like to say about that is well, I won't say it. No, I will. I am AL, in my arrogant opinion. I don't like the A. I like the IMO, in my opinion. I'm not picking on you for using it. Everybody uses it. But there's a hidden meaning in there. And it like, you're arrogant if you have an opinion, right? Perhaps. I think we should all be allowed to have our opinions without calling it arrogance. But it's a meme. That's how everybody does it on the internet. And one of the things I do on this channel is I talk a lot about politics. Not where we argue Republican against Democrat, but political cleansing. You would know it as political correctness. It's political cleansing. So I often make these little comments just to get people to think. You know, when I said what I just said in the last 5 minutes, maybe some people are thinking, it makes sense. I never saw it like that. So I'll verify. This is my new study. I got to get rid of these books. Oh, I don't want to put the bounties in here. This is going to be tough. So, I'm going to play this game whenever I can, or a game. That's what I love to do. And hey, why not stream it? I'm going to be sitting here playing, so I might as well stream it. This is going to be tough to keep track of what I've done here. That didn't work the way I wanted it to. I've poured some hours into Skyrim and still feel like I've barely done anything. Yeah. Might get back into it again soon. Just lurking streams lately. Well, and something similar happens to me too. And I guess that's when maybe either a streamer accidentally or on purpose is, maybe it's not really their job, but it could be to make you want to play the game. I watch people play a game, like, damn, that makes me want to play mine. I watch someone playing Fallout or Dragon Age or Skyrim or Tomb Raider or Factorio or Satisfactory. Sometimes even the Assassin's Creed series. Those are all in my favorites. Those are my top favorites. Like, I'm dying to get into Satisfactory. I'm watching these guys play the update 5. Like, oh man, I just started streaming Skyrim. Good choices. Good taste, brother. Those are the games I'm into the most. Mostly RPGs. I'm an old-time D&D guy, and I was the dungeon master, but I wanted to play. And the only way I could play is through a video game. And I don't want to put the journals in here either. Just books. Confessions of a Dunmar skooma eater. I don't know if I just put 2 of those in or not. I'll have to straighten this up someday. Okay, death blow of someone. Death blow of someone. And it was the book ahead of it that did not get stored. Okay, that we can put in there. I wish they turned them a little bit like this. They turned it a little bit so I could see how fat it was. I would know it's not a journal. They sit kind of funny in the bookshelf, and they take up the same space as a full fat book. So if you put too many journals or letters or notes on a shelf, it just looks really stupid. I just throw those in a chest somewhere. Okay, so that was inquiries number 3. Okay. Well, this is a mod, these book covers. I've got several mods, a handful of mods, that are all about changing the textures, the skins. So there's 1 and 2. Okay, so that just taught me something. Swimmer Inquiries 3. Oh, I'm on the wrong shelf. Oh, and I should have noticed when it was giving me titles of books. Oh, and was it was it Epic? Epic was giving away Tomb Raider, the last 3 versions of it, some of which were Game of the Year with all the DLC, up until January 6th. I got the last 2, but I didn't have Games of the Years, so I scoffed that up. I am dying to play those 3, one after another. or I'm gonna get the time. Yeah, nice. So many games, so little time. Oh, all this fishing stuff. Okay, these are no. I'm gonna put this fishing stuff in Markarth with all my fishing gear. Okay, so the last book I put in, this is one way to do it. Urbane's Bestiary. So, you know, this isn't killing Draugr. This isn't killing dragons. This is the whole other half of the game for me. The collections. Croc was telling me how he's played this game. He's saved the entire collection of books twice. So he's into the collecting too. I've already forgot some bestiary thing. Here we go. Urbane's Bestiary. Ravens, I don't know which one I put in there. Or do you collect though? You collect the weapons, and I basically collect anything I can collect. By the end of the game, I'm collecting one of every bucket, one of every shovel, one of every type of clothing. I'll have a chest somewhere with that in there, and I try to do it in a common sense kind of a way, a natural way, so I can remember where it is. Like the clothing might be just over next to the armor. I wouldn't put it next to the food. So when you have that much crap, it becomes difficult to keep track of it all. I've already forgotten. Okay, read. Kill before you're killed. Is the anniversary edition really good? Yes. Ah, you just purchased it? Yeah. Well, if you've already got the special edition, it was like 20 bucks. So that's what I paid. Oh yeah. But from what I read, it's a collection of 500 mods. It starts to pull in a lot of the stuff from Morrowind and Oblivion. And I've even seen a hint of Dragon Age, like some of the iconography, the eye, the all-seeing eye, that's in Dragon Age as well. I remember it from 3. I don't have 2, but I do have Origins. Looking more forward to playing it. Oh man, there's so much to it. It adds the fishing. It adds many more different sets of armor and weapons, and some of it's a little bit stronger. When you bump into the anniversary gear and weapons, it's a little bit better than the vanilla. And the houses, I think someone told me there are 9 new houses you can own, which means more mannequins and more swords on the walls. I keep forgetting. Killing, killing. I'm hoarding these. And of course, a lot more quests. It comes with a lot of quests. And probably some extra NPCs as well. Goes kind of without saying. It's got more quests. It's a little buggy. Some of the quests will crash the game. Continually crash the game every time you go in the door. But not for everybody. So, you know, it's not perfect. And they're working on it. They keep doing updates. They keep repairing things. I had a quest that was broken and then it just worked one time. I tried it several times and then it worked. Some people get really bent out of shape over stuff like that. But, you know, I learned a long time ago, video games just are not perfect. Let's see, I'm so distracted, my short-term memory is crap. M. It's just, all I gotta do is remember a letter. M. Well, I'm up to M's and I'm still got lots of room. Oh, there's still a lot more books. Alrighty. Let's go here. See if they turn these just a little bit. Sounds like hundreds, if not thousands, of fun, exciting, new, immersive hours. Definitely hundreds. I don't know. You know, I've got about 1,300 hours into this game, special edition and the original combined, about 600 each. I've only got about several playthroughs. 4. A couple of them didn't get very far. So when I play a playthrough, it's like being a completionist. I just... lots of hours. Lots of hours. Lots of hours. And then all the exploring. Go to places where you don't know what you're going to find. And all that stuff keeps respawning, so, you know, it's whatever you want to make of it. And that's what makes a good video game even better, is different people can play it different ways. There's many different play styles. My play style is, for sure, yeah, read on Oblivion. REA, okay. Well, that's not really a book. Well, it's sort of a book. It's got that snap and it's thin. Oh, bill sale for my reindeer, Rudolph. Sorry, not very unique. Brought my cat for the first time to a vet, and they said, what's the cat's name? And I said, Kitty. And you had to see this person's face. I don't know how to describe it, but their face melded into a look, and I could just read it. And it said to me, really, dude? You couldn't have thought of a better name than Kitty for your cat? It was like, are you kidding me? Hey, don't judge me. You're a vet. Who cares? So, yeah, I named my reindeer Rudolph. Mostly because I thought it'd be funny. Because it's too obvious. I'm not sure if I should have done that or not. That book I just put in there. Oh, Shadow Marks. I meant to read. Oh, I did read that. I need to make sure I read that. It looked unique, like I never saw it before. I picked it up today in one of these homes. Let's see, where is it? Shadow Marks. Read it. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't a skill book or something like that. One of these days, I'm going to read every one of these books. Probably not on stream, but maybe. I saw a guy do that once. He saved up the entire series of the Argonian Maiden, and then on one stream, he read them all. Well, that's 2 bookcases full, and this is for special books. So, there's one more, and then there's those. So I'm pretty sure we're going to get the entire collection eventually to fit in this building. And it's the only place I found that could do it. I lost track of where I was. Song of the Alchemist. Song of the Alchemist. And then I'll just dump all these other stuff in a chest somewhere nearby, really close nearby. Luckily, most of these books are like 4 pages long. But I normally won't read them on stream. I talk constantly. And reading the books is just way too many words to speak. I mean, try talking for 11 hours without stopping. I start to look for shortcuts, like not reading books. Like, read the... Okay, we're up to T, the Ethereum Wars. Yeah, I've got that quest under my belt. I gotta not under my belt. I need to get it under my belt. I started it. It was kicking my ass. I'm up to expert now. I finally got weapons that are in armor that are strong enough. The Fear RT. Here we go. Oh, in Elder Scrolls Oblivion, Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, I started a playthrough. That was the first game I fell in love with in recent times. My first video game was a PlayStation 2, Ace Combat 2. That was just a introduction to video games. It's the first video game I ever bought or ever played. So that, you know, I wasn't playing Nintendo 64. I've been playing all that long, considering that I'm old enough to have played a long time. The code. Love Oblivion as well. Recently played it last year. Customizing spells. Customizing. I don't remember customizing spells. I didn't. This last playthrough, I didn't get into that. What was I even doing? Sword. In the destruction spell. Didn't get into making potions. The thing I loved about that game, just really overpower anything. Okay. Breaks the game if you do it right. The thing I loved the most about that game was character creation. It's the truest RPG I've ever seen. You get to decide what your major skills are going to be. So while you increase those skills, you will level up. And then all those minor skills you pick. Yeah, it's set up nice. Yeah, it's the purest RPG I've ever seen, besides paper tabletop D&D. Skyrim comes close, really close, but Elder Scrolls 4 did it the best. And I like the way each skill, like say, let's pick acrobatics. Every time you jump, well, the first time you jump, you gain a point. Then you got to jump 2 times to gain a point. Then you got to jump 4 times. I don't know what the numbers are, I'm making them up. But you got to jump more times each time to gain a point. So before you know it, you're not a beginner in acrobatics. Oh, Sterling Gaines. Thank you, Sterling Gaines. Thank you, sir or madam, for the follow. And so, you know, before you know it, you're not a beginner. You're somewhere's in the middle, and you work your way up to expert and then master. But you got to do an awful lot of jumping for each successive point. And if you don't jump, you don't gain. You don't just gain a level and get to pick what you want to be. I think that's a piss poor RPG, in my arrogant opinion. It can be. Some of it you can cheat. You can sit in your bedroom and just keep throwing a light spell over and over and over and over again. You can power level that, where your destruction spell, you have to throw that at an enemy in order for that. You just can't sit there and throw fireballs. A lot of the games nowadays, they try to be all things to all people. They try to be an RPG, they try to be a shooter. Hope they remake Oblivion someday. New graphics and all. Yeah, I think our best chance is the modding community. I mean, after Oblivion, they came out with Skyrim, so we're like, okay, are we going to get to see a Skyrim 2? Is Skyrim really Oblivion 5? Are we going to see an Oblivion 6? When they came out with the anniversary edition, that told me they just, I don't know, I don't want to use the term I'm thinking of. It's not very family friendly. They just spent their wad. That's what they're doing. That's it. And they went to ESO. Everybody's going MMO. Online, massive multiplayer. That's, most people want that. Old school guys like me, Croc, and some others. Hello. Oh, geez. I was going to say hello to this bot. Let me finish this bookshelf, and then I'm going to ban that person. Let's leave that right at that. Again, I know this isn't very effective, but Twitch does care about this, and they do send me emails saying that they got my complaint and they're going to look into it. And then I get an email back from them saying, yes, we looked into it, and yes, you were right. They are in violation of Twitch whatevers, and they did something. But, you know, they just changed their name, you know. It's a computer program. They just changed the name. They can come up with hundreds of names a second, and they just keep spamming it out. But you got to push back. You got to push back. It only takes a couple seconds. Oops. Okay. You got to push back. You got to push back. Okay, the Doors of Oblivion are next. Yeah, they try to make these games, you know, so they appeal to everybody. And when you do that, then nobody's completely happy. Well, it's whatever makes them the most amount of money. So they're going to go for what's going to sell the most amount of games. And right now, it's that certain part of our uh, demographics, and that's what they want. Look at Daedra. Already forgot where I was. Man. I wish they would come out with another one. They're going to come out with something eventually, right? It's not like they're never going to make another video game again. We were lucky to get Skyrim, but Skyrim's 10 years old now. When was the last time someone made a game like Skyrim? I'll buy it. I'm always looking for it. Always looking. Now, what's going wrong? Oh, I'm hitting A instead of X. Hope the next Elder Scroll game doesn't turn out bad like Cyberpunk, which was a disaster on release. Oh no! Wait a minute. Oh, never mind. I got scared for a moment. I'll explain in a while. Cyberpunk release and too hyped up. Well, I saw the hype, and I tell you, I'm never gonna pre-buy a video game like that. Although, once in a while, I buy an early release. Like when I was first getting into the games, I'm also into cities, skyline, building, sandlot. That's why I like Factorio and Satisfactory. And I tried the Railroad Tycoon type game. I never really got into that enough. But I bought Ark when it was like $15 pre-release. Same thing with Satisfactory. I really scored when I bought those early release, really early release. A lot of times those early release games go nowhere. But I bought Fallout 76 pre-bought. And I was sorry I ever did. And I was sorry I bought ESO, but that wasn't early. So when Cyberpunk came around, I'm always itching to buy a new good game. And they sold it. They were selling it pretty hard, just like they were selling Fallout 76. I didn't go for it. I'm like, I'm waiting. And I started watching. And I'm like, no, I don't like it. It looked like it would. That's the kind of game that would appeal to inner city gangster types. Kind of like, don't nobody get offended. These are just my opinions. Grand Theft Auto. It's a real popular game, but I don't know. My moral compass doesn't let me enjoy a video game that celebrates going around stealing cars, running over people, turning into a drug lord, and some kind of crime boss. I'm sorry. I want to be the knight in shining armor who saves the princess and protects the king. I prefer the whole medieval theme over yeah, sword and board, D&D. D&D. And Cyberpunk was like, no, I couldn't get into the theme. And I don't think it did what it said it was going to. It said it was not going to have load screens. Of course, the computer needs to load cells, but they were going to mask that loading with something that made you not realize it was loading your cell. I could see that really being a possible thing. But when I watched the guy playing it, and he had played the crap out of the game, he was late end game. He was stretching out that game. But Lusty Gordon Median won. I could see the gameplay, and I believe I was watching loading screens. And I'm like, well, I don't think this game's for me. I got too many games I'd rather replay. Still played Cyberpunk, had a great story, but other than that, was done with it. Yeah, the story is important for me. Like The Witcher, I think I've got 2 and 3. I've got 2 and 3. A little bit too story rich for me, but the combat mechanics was a little bit too automatic for me. I felt like I wasn't controlling my character. All you had to do was hit the attack button, and he would do stuff. Sometimes he would do it automatically. But again, it's still a top game, a real good RPG, and it wins all the awards for being the most story-rich out of all of them, from what I know. And I forgot where I was again. It's in the T's somewhere. A lot of T's. Yep, here it was. The Lusty Argonian Maid, Volume 1. Really? Haven't found Volume 2 or 3 yet? Just 1? It's hard to believe. But I'm level 40, 41. I haven't done a lot of quests. I mean, I've done a lot, but not a lot. I don't know if that makes sense. There's so many places I need to go yet to find all this stuff I haven't found yet. So I'm on 4. I'm on 3. Real Berenzia, Volume 3. I just might fill these bookcases. Maybe these bookcases were designed to hold the whole collection. Time will tell. Well, and the other thing I will do on games like Cyberpunk, because it doesn't appeal to me, like A plus. It's like a C plus. I'll wait for that game to go down to $20. I'll wait 5 years, and then I'll get it for free on Epic or something like that. So many of these games, they go from 60 to $30 pretty quick. Like 3 years when a game is 3 years old, it's old. Good to wait anyways. Let them add more and fix more. Yeah, and let them come out with the DLCs, and then you can buy the game of the year for the same price. And I'm careful. I try to watch streamers stream it so I get a good sense of whether I want the game or not. But I try to watch it carefully to the point where I don't spoil it for myself. Oh, I've got all the Wolf Queen up to 8. To 2. Sorry for putting you through this grind here. There we go. So I was playing a lot of Fallout 4, which is what brought me to Croc's channel, because of his building style, because that's why I like Fallout 4 the most, is the building. I don't even care about the quest, I just want to build. I'll mix it up. Was playing that for probably 2 years, and then I heard about this anniversary edition, and I immediately went to Wiki, started reading stuff, more places, started reading more and more stuff. And there, yeah, Troll Lane, that was the next book. And I immediately bought it, started playing it. And while I was reading about it and stuff like that, I heard that Skyrim, somehow, the way they define it, I don't know how they define it, they say Skyrim is the most popular video game ever, and it's the most modded video game ever. Yes, sir. Well, like I say, depends on how you define it, because if you were to go to Twitch leaderboard, you're not going to see this game anywhere near the top. But it's been 10 years, so it's been viewed more. See, it depends on how you play with the definition, right?